I'm going to do a video on the brake pedals on these bikes, on the Street Glides. They're ridiculously high. This is not a factory brake pedal. Let me jump over to my wife's bike. This is a factory brake pedal. So I find it ridiculously high, and by the time I get my foot up here and get my toe on there, my ankle is so tight that I'm pushing on the brake pedal and the bike's trying to stop. Kuryakyn makes two different extended brake pedals that are both longer and flatter. They make one for the let's see here, with lowers and one without lowers. The one without lowers is the longest one, which is the one on my bike right now. You have to excuse the lighting coming in the garage door. So you can see it's extended out past the end of the floorboard, and it's lower than the other one. I've been trialing that one for a couple weeks, and I think it's too long for me. I don't have great big clodhopper feet. So I'm gonna switch to the one that is the one for lowers. The one for the lowers is about, the far end of it is about that far. So once I get this one back off, I'll lay them all out and show you the difference. All right, so here's the rundown on these guys. The one for the factory lowers, or for any lowers, is the one in the middle. And it looks like the same length as the factory one. But where the hinge point is for the brake master cylinder, it's angled different, so it actually sits lower, and for me would make it easily accessible rather than having to crane my foot up to get the other one. This one is the one for no lowers, and it's longer and lower, and then that's the factory one. The only downside to these that I can see is you see a little bit of swoop here on the factory one where it comes out further away from the bike. This one's tucked in more. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose to clear the edge of the floorboard. Since it's lower, it gives you room to actually put your foot on the floorboard up in front, or what the deal is. From what I found, this factory one sits up so high because they think you're going to tuck your foot underneath it. It's just too high for me. So you have some options. These are direct factory replacements. The chrome actually looks way better than Harley's. Harley's is like all kind of chewed up looking in all places. And then the Kuryakyn one is nice. We've got fingerprints all over, but super nice looking chrome. And it's direct factory replacement. You just move your pad from there to there. It took me maybe 5 minutes to take it off. We'll swing around on the bike. Basically, you got to take the floorboard off. You got to take the nuts out of your master cylinder, or the bolts, and then you got to pull both bolts on your crash bars, and then loosen the middle one so you can swing the crash bar out of the way, because it has to be able to rotate down. The new one also has brass bushings in it and a Zerk fitting. The factory one has some nylon thing in it and no way to grease it. So I found that kind of interesting. That is it. So your two options from Kuryakyn. Both are lower. One of them's longer than factory. That's it. Hopefully it's helpful. I didn't see a good comparison anywhere else, so that's why I'm posting. Okay, one last update on this pedal situation here to kind of round out this video. This is the pedal I first tried. This is the extended brake pedal, 14 and up touring and trike, without lowers. So in comparison, this is the standard factory pedal. In comparison, the one that I just showed you here in the box sits about this high and is actually out in front of the floorboards, about in this area. I felt that was too long, although the height was perfect for me. I switched to a different one, which is what you saw in the earlier video. It's been about 3-4 days now. I've gotten some time riding it. And I switched to the one with lowers. So what that does is it gives you a pedal that's the same length as this one overall from here to the pivot point, but it's lower. So it's down about here, at least 1.5 or 2 inches lower. So that one is mounted on this bike here. And you can see a real good shot there. I can't get a better angle. Let me swing around the back. And you can see that how much lower it is. And I compare it from the back to that guy, and you can see how much higher that one is. So this one here, I think is about perfect. So this is not on a bike with lowers, but obviously it's shorter. For me, it's perfect. It keeps my knee back far enough that I'm not running into the air cleaner too bad. And I don't feel like I have to stretch out to get it. Now, if you were like super tall or you had like size 14 boots, I only wear a 10. So this one works perfect. If you're super tall or you got like a 14 boot or something, go for the longer one, I think. And just one last opinion on these. The reason they set these up like this is so you can tuck your boot underneath. I think that's kind of silly. Typically, I've got my foot pointed out this way anyways, so I'm ready to jump up on the pedal. I want less of a jump to get to the pedal, and I wouldn't want to ever stuff my boot underneath the pedal and have any issue getting it out. So I took my wife, this is my wife's bike here with the factory pedal, took her out to do some low speed training, some practice on her new bike, and she immediately said, this pedal that came on the bike is completely worthless because as soon as she puts her foot on it, she's braking with the rear brake and she can't get her toe up off of it unless she raises her heel or holds her entire foot up. That's not functional. So I ordered her the same pedal that I've got on my bike, and that'll come in tomorrow. We'll get that all installed. For now, this guy's on eBay just because I don't need one that long, but definitely worth the investment to get the Kuryakyn pedals. Thank you.